Iran state TV is announcing that there is further escalation of war with the United States. In fact, the nationally owned news service says that they had launched tens of surface-to-surface missiles at Iraq's al-Asad airbase, housing US troops over America's killing of top Iranian General Soleimani. This is a disaster and it's a developing story. However, the Iranian Fars news agency showed footage that it said showed tens of missiles being launched toward the airbase in northwest Iraq, which again houses both Iraqi and US forces. The attack was, quote, the beginning of a harsh Iranian revenge for the death of General Qasem Soleimani, the Iranians said. And there are a number of tweets out already showing that the Iranians have taken full responsibility for this attack. In fact, let me give you a statement from the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. The brave soldiers of IRGC's aerospace unit have launched a successful attack with tens of ballistic missiles on al-Asad military base in the name of martyr General Qasem Soleimani.
All right, so unfortunately, the counterattack has begun exactly as predicted. Our troops are sitting ducks, exactly as predicted. Now, Soleimani's successor spoke at his funeral. His name is Hossein Salami. And yes, he has a successor. Oh, wow, nobody could have predicted that. Guess what his successor is? More fundamentalist and more of a zealot and extremist than Soleimani was. Oh, nobody could have predicted that except every rational person knew that would happen. Because if you kill their top general, what are they gonna do? Put in someone who is not a hardliner? No, they're gonna put in the hardest, extremist that they have. So he does a speech at the funeral saying, quote, we tell our enemies that we will retaliate, but if they take another action, we will set ablaze the places that they like and are passionate about. Then the crowd started chanting death to Israel. Now Netanyahu today saying, oh, Israel's got nothing to do with this. Even though I told you to attack Iran 1,000 times, you should attack the US instead of us. So, but it doesn't look like they're listening. They're gonna attack us and I'm afraid also Israel as well. The reason we said not to do rash actions like this is not because anyone likes Soleimani. He has been a problem and a scourge for a long, long time. But there are consequences to our actions. And when we attack the top general of a sovereign nation, you know what they do? They put in someone who is more extreme and attack us back. So that is right now exactly what we're in the middle of. It's breaking news. So we don't know how many people are gonna get killed. We don't know how many of our troops are gonna get killed by those strikes. I hope none. I hope they all miss. I hope we have good technology to be able to deflect that. But of course now what will happen, especially if any of our troops are killed, is that Trump will go out. Fox News, most of the folks on Fox News will probably rally, although now there's some dissenting voices, and go, well, now that our troops, a couple of troops have died, they'll pretend like it was just fresh out of nowhere, that Iran wasn't counterattacking, that they started it. And they'll say, well, we must murder more of them, and we must do more and more and more bombing until we're in the middle of a full-scale war. Even that idiot Sean Hannity, as he pushed for more war, said, oh, I'm not looking for ground troops in Iran. Really? Okay, what do you think happens when you have nonstop bombing of one another? You have a war.
Do they really think that this is what they need to do to get Iran back to the negotiating table to renegotiate the Iran nuclear deal? Is this the way they really go about it? How stupid is
literally
this?
No one can believe that. Even Rand Paul, we showed you earlier in the show, said you would have to be brain dead to believe that.
Trump still thinks that there's a possibility. In fact, he was asked by reporters, what are you looking for here? Are you looking for regime change in Iran? He's like, no, I don't want military action. I don't want war. I want to renegotiate this Iran nuclear deal, right? I'm paraphrasing, but that's essentially what he said. I don't want regime change. Okay, the way you're going about this is not gonna lead to any type of negotiation. What he did provoked war with Iran. And of course they're gonna retaliate in kind. Of course they're gonna do this. And look, that base that they attacked, right, that Iran just bombed with missiles, there are Iraqi soldiers there as well. This is the reason why Parliament wants US troops out of their country.
Yeah, look, he does these stupid maneuvers in business, but the consequence in business is not that extreme. Sometimes it works when he, and we've told you this in a couple of instances. I'll really quickly retell you the story. Sometimes he would threaten to take over a company, and so he would buy some of their stock and say, oh, I'm gonna buy all of their stock, but he was bluffing. And so, but it would drive up the stock price, and then he'd make a good profit. You think, oh, well, that's a good businessman, right? First of all, it's not the right way to do business, but even so, no, because he kept bluffing and bluffing, and guess what happened? Eventually, they called his bluff. Then he was stuck with all the stock, and it started spiraling down, and he lost all of his money. Now, I can give you a dozen examples where Trump does that in business context, and then he goes, oh, well, that's why he went bankrupt 6 times. But in the military context, when they call your bluff, what we have is a war. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.